I'm Geagan here from the Center for Spiritual Living, Pleasant Valley in Camarillo, California. And it's great to be with you this morning for our meditation. And I just wanted to do two little announcements. First of all, I would not miss, and I'm looking forward to seeing Buzz Noe tonight at 7 p.m. on our Center for Spiritual Living, Pleasant Valley Live with What Do You Want to Do? It's our midweek spiritual uplift. And so please, join us, and I'll be watching. I'll be watching you, Buzz. And what's so interesting is that today, what we're talking about is talking about what do you want to do? What is meaningful work for you in this series? And this week will be the end of this Wholeness, Wholehearted Living series. And then I'm going into something that is much more meditative and deepening, and it's the Tao Te Ching, the way of the way. It's literally called the way, and being in the flow in our meditations for next week. But through the end of this week, which is tomorrow, we'll be looking at wholeness and wholehearted living. So I want to begin like we always begin, and that is just relaxing in. And it's very hot here today. I was so surprised when I went outside, and it's supposed to be in the 90s again. So anyway, and also in this period of anticipation, or whatever you want to call it, while we wait to see election results, the moderate way, the just let it go and know that what is so is so. And I like so much that Buddhist practice of just what is, being with just what is. And I go back to my mother also, a watch kettle never boils. So I'm letting it go. And when the world is ready, when consciousness is ready to reveal what is happening in our wonderful United States of America, we'll all know together. And in the meantime, I don't have to check in every 10 minutes. So knowing as we relax in that energy coming from the highest and eye, coming right down through the crown chakra, right through the middle eye, to our wonderful third eye, that intuitive eye that says, I don't know, have to have everything in place. I just know that it's all unfolding perfectly no matter what. And I don't mean to be Pollyannish about this. I think that in all processes, including this small blip in time of waiting, that it is about learning how to be with what is, so to speak. So we're relaxing our jaw, coming down to our throat, relaxing and opening the throat, and then feeling this wonderful energy going down the back of our necks. And many times, and especially these days, where we have been so involved with being on our computers all the time, our chin and our face and our necks and everything get tense. And so we just feel that energy going down the back of the neck, vertebrae by vertebrae by vertebrae, going down the shoulders, and from the shoulders to the upper arms, and then down the upper arms, through the elbows, through the lower arms, and then coming out. And wherever you are, just relaxing in your position, and then coming out of that, the wrists and out the fingers. And I always, just mentioning it, I feel that energy flowing through my fingers. And I call these our energy wands, because as we direct our thoughts, our words, when we're impeccable with our words, our body is energized. And so in healing, especially in Reiki, we use that energy, that directed energy in our thoughts, and then that extension of touching maybe a part of somebody, or sending that energy to someone in an area they would like to be, feel wholeness, their wholeness in. So now just coming down, now coming around, back up, vertebrae by vertebrae down the back, just energizing our whole spine, relaxing in. And as we relax in, we feel that energy come around into our chest area. And then that opening of the lotus in our chest. I always see it as the lotus as we go into that emerald green space. And in that lotus, you can have anything you want in there: Jesus, deities, angels, people from the heaven world, or just that beautiful flower, that beautiful seed that sits in the middle. And so now relaxing our heart, And just breathing and relaxing in. And then going down, 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 coming around the back and coming right out our solar plexus, the beautiful yellow that lies below the heart above the belly button, that energy from the back that is all relaxed in, coming around into our sacral chakra, the beautiful orange, and then down the root chakra, the red that sits between our sit bone and goes wraps around to our hips and our thighs and our knees, just relaxing in, and our knees, and going down the calves and down the ankles and down through the feet and connecting all the way down into the Middle Earth. And there's something there that it's grounding. You're being grounded in that Middle Earth right here and right now. Can be you can tie that wonderful golden light that is wafting in and through and all around you to a tree trunk, have someone hold it, or just see it anchored in those roots of the Middle Earth, whatever that looks like to you. And that energy now coming up, 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 all the way up through our bodies, out our crown chakra, connecting with everything that ever has been, ever will be in this immortal, eternal time and space of just connecting with Source, the divine love that sits in the middle, sits in and through, up and down, or side to side, top to bottom, left to right, front to back, all around us in this wonderful moment of being together in this meditation. So now we're going to breathe in all that energy too. Just breathing in with, on the in-breath, I always use God, which is synonymous with love to me. You can use divine source, Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, Elohim. So just breathing in, going God is. And on the out-breath, I am. And two more silently with God is. And I am. And so everything I say after the I am, I personalize because there is only one of us here. One, one, one. So I go to that place of wholeness and wholehearted living. And I let go of self-doubt and all the what I should be doing, what I shouldn't be doing. Because wholehearted living also in this wholeness, it means meaningful work. And meaningful work doesn't mean just going out and leaving the house and going to a 9-to-5 job. It's what it inspires us. What do we bring our gifts and talents to? What is connecting us to our spiritual source and feeling that oneness and wholeness and wholeheartedness within us? And yes, it's about making a living because everything comes from source. So how you make your living or what you're doing is very important in this too. And it's about commitment. Commitment and practices, uh, spiritual practices that we practice every day and we are committed to, they literally form our shape, our thoughts, and our lives. So when we are committed to doing certain things to support our spirituality, it is very, very important. So what is it about that we always say, what are we supposed to be doing? And also our self-doubt. So it's all in there, the good, the bad, the light, the dark, it's all in there, but it's up to us to put our energy in something that supports us. I either was, I no, I was brought up. First of all, I always say I had the right and perfect parents. I was adopted, and I'm just going to tell you about. I'm going to do just a recap of everything I've ever done has led me to this moment. And whether it's marriages or children or work or whatever it is, it all comes from source and it all weaves together. There is no separation. So in this source, in this oneness, what I know for sure is that everything that ever happened to me was in divine right timing as I was awakening to new things, new beingness on this planet. And so those new things that I was waking up to were awakening in me as well. And in this oneness, in this knowing that God is, I am, I remember not even knowing what I wanted to do when I was growing up. What will I, when I grow up, what will you be? I had no clue. I know what I loved. I loved nature. I loved animals. And so, and I was in the beginning, as I was in school and colleges, I worked in Hollywood for a long, long time. Even I started at 16 working in Hollywood when I graduated from high school. And so I worked in Hollywood and I loved the creativity. I loved the visioning and bringing those visionings to the screen. That was an amazing thing to me. But not necessarily did I want to be an actress or even do any support work in it. I just loved the creative aspect of it and being around these creative artists that were so inspiring to me. So from there and in school, I went on and I studied political science. And then I went back to school and became an exotic animal trainer. So from Edam, from Moore Park College, it's a famous school of exotic animal training and exotic animal training and management. Edam, which I always thought was a great moniker, a great title. So, and from there, what happened as I was working in Hollywood in all different capacities, from script to makeup to snooze to everything, then I became this exotic animal trainer. And what happened is the school was attached to all of um, um, the animal training societies at that time. One was um, animals for actors for animals, animals for actors, or actors, animal actors of Hollywood in Westlake Village, California. So I ended up going to sets with the babies, bringing the babies home, which I loved because they're babies and they needed to come home. The lions, the skunks, the coyotes, you name it. I had it. The owls. As a baby, when you're abandoned, you need a mom. So I got to bring those home with me and have one-on-one time with what I desired the most. And from there, I went and became a minister also. And during that ministerial time, I thought, well, I haven't really. I did news, I did television, I did a lot of things, but I hadn't been in front of the people for a long time. So, and I started my own company so I could be with my kids, stay at home and be with my kids. That was my passion at that time, was to spend one-on-one time with my children. Now, all of this was woven together as I became a producer director in my own Rising Sun Video Production, SUN, Rising Sun Video Productions, RSVP. And after that, I took all of that into ministry. Every creative thing I'd ever done was in the ministry, including writing and putting programs together and everything else. So, what I'm saying is anything that lies within you, in that passion that is within you, weaves together to create who you are and your desires. So, nothing you've ever been, done, any relationship you've ever had has never been a waste of your time. I look at it all now as learning experiences. So we all have gifts and talents, and everybody is different. I say in that fingerprint of God. And so when we cultivate our gifts and talents and we share them with the world, then we are bringing our light to the world. And as I say, you can't be anybody else but yourself. Everybody else is taken. So in that unique fingerprint of God, what you're bringing to the plate is very, very important. And without your light, if you don't use your gifts and talents and bring them out, then the world is a little darker. We need your light. Everybody has to have that light to shine into the dark spaces, to bring out the lightness and love and greatness in and through all of us and into this planet. So we have these gifts and talents. We share them with the world, and we don't want to squander our gifts and talents and make them cause distress in our lives. So when things become too, when you're on the wrong path.
You know when you're on the wrong path, and you look for all of the avenues to bring you to the right path, as I say. So anything that you do is divine, from divine source, and it is your work, it is your spiritual connection that brings it to life. So using our gifts and talents to create meaningful work takes a tremendous amount of commitment. I'm just going to ignore this for a moment. I don't know what that is. I mean, it's my phone, and I'm sorry I didn't turn it off, but I'm going to ignore it for right now. And so, as we go within today, we're going to bring out those gifts and talents, and know that they are working in divine right action in and through and as us. And I just want to tell you, I just want to share something. It has nothing. Well, it does have to do with gifts and talents. My stepson, I am meeting him today for the first time in like uh, 10 years. I haven't seen him for 10 years. And he is an amazing person. He was diagnosed with schizophrenia in his early 20s, and his battle has only deepened who he is, and he's doing tremendous. And he is staying at his mom's house right now that lived, she's about an hour and a half from here. And I'm so excited about being with him and being able to be in that presence. So when we are digging deep in our gifts and talents, you never know what good is now unfolding in and through and as us and all of life. So I'm going to just tell you again about some of the things that when you know you are coming from source and your talent is emerging in and through and as you, is you are on fire with passion, and you are committed. You are committed to something greater than you are. And I use that idea of going out on my own sometimes and creating my own video company, not because I wanted my own company. It's much easier to work for someone else, as you know, but the commitment was really my passion for wanting to spend time with my children. I grew up in the 40s and 50s where the mom was at home. And I just thought, why am I farming my kids out to other people, and for them to be so that they are have different values put on them? Not that the people that were watching them had less values or greater different values than I did, but I wasn't that loving one-on-one experience. So the passion to be with my children created the need for me and the commitment for me to start my own business. And it wasn't always easy. In those times when I started, it was the 80s and late 80s, early 90s, and people really weren't working from home that much at all. Not like today. Today is fabulous. And I thought I would, again, I didn't know how bad TV was bad for your children. And so I thought that if I just put my kids in front of the TV set and I could write during the day, well, that didn't work. They wanted to be with me, so I ended up spending one-on-one time with them, saturating them for most of the day when I could, and then writing all night long. So I started my night owl routine when they were little, and also I was working from home, and I wanted my clients at the time to think I had a huge office. And so I would go into the bathroom making calls and lock the door and put sleeping bags over my head in the bathtub, and then make these calls. And my poor children, not my poor children, but my children, as I'm trying to conduct business, were banging at the door going, "Mommy, mommy, mommy." And so I was committed, though. I was committed to being with them as much as I could. I was committed to being at every event they had at school that I could be at. I wanted to be fully present for them. And so that is the passion that drove me to start my own business. I would have never started my own business had I not done that. And then that led to ministry, finding what made me the happiest, and what always makes me the happiest is that divine connection with source. So in this time of when you're thinking about, well, what am I going to do when COVID's over, or what is making me more passionate? Dig deep, find out what your gifts and talents are, and then commit to revealing those gifts and talents in and through and as you. So, as you discover that and embrace the wholeness and wholeheartedness of everything you do, I invite you to just go within now and let us breathe this all in. And I'm going to be doing affirmations as we um, go out here. And so I just want you to breathe in and relax in. And in these quiet moments, as I stay in the I am, know with me that I am revealing gifts and talents greater than I ever have before. In the calmness and the stillness of who I am asking and knowing that the guidance from the divine source is blessing me with the beauty and the presence of this moment. So I am fully immersed in this present moment. And knowing that there is no past, there is no future. That which is being revealed in and through and as me is revealing clear vision of calmness and stillness as I develop my awareness about my wholehearted livingness and my wholeness. I am bringing my gifts and talents to share. And when I become anxiety ridden, I just breathe in, knowing that I am on the right and perfect path, developing tools that keep me grounded. I am bringing my talents to figuring out when I am in wanting to know the future. I am bringing that calmness and that presence and that wholeheartedness into releasing the anxiety and embracing what is. And what is always in these precious moments is peace, is calmness. And my talents inspire me to figure out in a schedule how I can remain committed every day to spiritual practices that absolutely reveal more and more of who I am. As I hold the true meaning for me and the gifts I bring to this planet. So in this dance of being revealed in and through and as me, my gifts and talents, I am excited. I am excited when walking in nature or exercising or just that quiet connection with all that is. That emotional connection to divine source. And I stay in that space and write down, I journal what is being revealed in and through and as me in its greatest, greatest depth, today and all days. I make a list of what inspires me. I don't care whether it's practical or not. I'm thinking about the things I love and bringing it to every experience that I have. There's nothing that says you have to quit your day job, as I say, to experience that oneness, that inspiration. It's not you quitting your day job to reveal who you are. It's revealing who you are in each and every moment to that which you are bringing, the gifts you're bringing to the planet. what brings meaning to you, and then bring that meaning into all that you do. And so, on this spiritual journey, as my life is unfolding perfectly beyond even any expectations I ever had, I know yours is too, because we are one and we are in this together. And in this honoring of the aspects that we have in common more than that, the aspects that we don't, I just say namaste, peace out, have a blessed day, and knowing that God is I am, and that's the only way it can be. And I'll see you tomorrow. And watch Buzz tonight, 7 p.m. on Facebook Live, Center for Spiritual Living, Pleasant Valley. Mwah! See you tonight, maybe, as we watch Buzz together, as we know what the buzz is.